Hello students, I welcome you all to Current Affair Lectures by Azad ICS Academy, and today we are going to look into the current affairs of 26th March. So before we go to the current affairs of today, let us see the questions that we discussed yesterday. And the first question that we discussed yesterday is, what is the primary purpose of DNA fingerprinting? Yesterday we had discussed about DNA fingerprinting. I told you that there are 4 different types of nucleotides that are present in the uh, DNA, what is DNA polymerism, what are these short tandem repeats. So we have discussed all these things, right? So now in today's lecture, we are going to solve the questions related to the same. So the primary purpose of DNA fingerprinting is to generate the genetic profile unique to an individual. So we are not trying to create a human genome. We are not trying to create a gene or a clone, or we are not trying to determine the gender of an individual. So what are we trying to do? We are trying to have a genetic profile of which is unique to an individual, so that each and every individual have a specific genetic profile. Okay, so we're trying to do that. We are not trying to only focus on gender, or we are not trying to only focus on genetic clones, or we're not trying to have an entire human genome or something like that, right? So the answer for the first one is B, that is to generate the genetic profile unique to an individual. So it can help us in many ways, so especially to find out the paternity test, that is whose parents. This can be done for, especially during the disasters, etc. Apart from this, it is going to be helpful in forensics. So in forensic, what happens is, who is the real culprit, to identify that. If there is somebody who is convicted wrongly, also we can give justice to the person in this way as well, right? So which component of DNA is used in a differentiated individual in DNA fingerprinting? See, everything is going to remain the same. It's not the entire genome sequence. It is not, we did not talk anything regarding the mitochondrial DNA. We did not talk regarding the length of the DNA strands. It's the polymerism in tandem repeats. This is going to be very, very different, or it is going to be differentiated in individuals. So because of this tandem repeats, or how the way they repeat is going to tell us whether you belong to which particular family, because in that particular family, or if your parents will have the similar kind of tandem repeats like the children, and that is going to give you the match, right? It's not the sequence, or it is not the mitochondrial DNA, etc. So I hope these 2 answers you have tried to answer in the comment section, and I hope you have been participative. Let us see what are the important topics that we have for today. The first important topics that we have for today is hues of north. The northern light appear over a Chugach mountain on the eastern edge of Angora in Alaska. Alaska is in USA, right? So a very important point that we have to understand here is, these are also called as, can you see these lights here? These lights are called as northern lights. Right? The northern lights are also known as, because a very important concept here, aurora borealis are the natural lights display in the Earth's polar region. So they are basically not present anywhere else. They are present in the polar regions. And here we need to understand, this is the Alaska region. Okay, if this is your North America, here you have your Alaska, which is now a part of obviously North America. It's also or a part of USA, you can say. Okay, they occur when the charged particle from the sun collide with the gases in the Earth's atmosphere. So basically, you have to understand that if this is your Earth, okay, near the Earth's pole. So this is your Earth's pole. And if you have to understand that near the pole, the magnetic field is very, very high. So here you have the magnetic field very, very high. And from the sun, you get a lot of energy, which is called solar flare. And when it comes, it tries to interact with this, magnetic field. And what happens here is, this magnetic field does not allow this solar flare to come inside, and it deflects this particular solar flare. And because of this, what happens here is, it is found not only in the northern hemisphere, or not only in the northern pole, it is also found in the southern pole. In the southern pole, it is called as aurora australis. Okay. In the north, it is called as aurora borealis, and in the south, it is called as aurora australis. So they occur when the charged particle from the sun collide with the gases of the Earth's atmosphere. These interactions excite oxygen and nitrogen molecules. So we have to understand what are the molecules that are there. See, in the atmosphere, we also have gases, right? So this will make the oxygen and the nitrogen excite, okay? And because of this, producing a colorful light shades of green, red, blue, and purple. So what are the lights? So 2 important chemicals that are 2 important components or elements that you can see here are, or gases that you can see here are oxygen and nitrogen. Apart from this, see, this is not of importance for us because this happens mostly, okay? But what is important is, what is the phenomena behind it? So the phenomena is that the charged particles of the sun, when they collide with the magnetic sphere of the earth, or what do you mean to say, magnetic field of the earth, especially why it is found only during the pole, near the poles, not everywhere else. This is because of this, because near the poles the magnetic field is very, very high, and because of this what happens is there when the solar flares are coming and trying to enter into the earth, when they try to enter here, they go into the atmosphere. In the atmosphere they try to excite, and if it is found especially in the northern hemisphere, then what happens is oxygen and nitrogen gets excited, due to which there's a colorful display that is being seen. So the colorful light shades of, you can see of green, you can see here also, you can see green, and there is a little bit of purple color here. Sometimes it's red as well, and also blue. So these are the colors that can be seen. The phenomena is mostly visible in the higher altitude regions near Arctic region like Alaska, Canada, Norway, and Sweden. So in the upper atmosphere or in the upper circles, that is near the Arctic circle, you can see it in Alaska, you can see it in Canada, you can see it in Norway, and you can also see it in Sweden. So they may ask you this in the prelims, like which of the following are the countries in which you can see the northern lights. See, if they are giving you any country which is in the mid latitudes, it is for sure you cannot see it there. These are the latitudes, these are the countries which are present near the Arctic Circle. So hence you will be able to see these kind of lights here, right? The Earth's magnetic field directs these charged particles to the poles, okay, creating aurora display. Aurora is not harmful, but serves as an indicator of a space weather and solar activity. So it is not harmful. I'm not saying that these lights are harmful. In fact, it's very good, tourist attraction. Many people can go to just see this particular lights itself. But we need to understand that if aurora australis is happening, that means there is a solar flare that is coming towards the Earth, right? Or it is basically giving us some information regarding the solar. The southern counterpart of the aurora borealis is called as aurora australis in the southern or the southern lights. So this is called northern lights or aurora borealis, and the southern part is called as southern lights or southern or aurora australis. So these are some of the important topic that we have. The next important topic that we have here is a very important topic that is related to again space. Yesterday also we had discussed, I think not yesterday, but previously also we have discussed some things about the space. We have discussed about how Aditya L1 mission is there, and we are getting in a lot of information when it comes to sun, etc. So now we are also going to do a little bit of research of universe's first water could reset the timeline of our life origin. And we've also seen that water can be present even on the moon. So we have discussed this also in previous classes, right? So the recent study suggests that the universe's oldest star produces water when they explode as a supernova. So we have to understand that, see, if you study a life cycle of a star, some of the stars get converted into something called as supernova. Okay, we'll not go there because it's very much in detail and not required for your UPSC point of view. But you need to understand that if you're hearing the word supernova, it is related to star. The findings of a new research validate previous studies that have shown that at least some of the Earth's water was delivered by comets earlier in the planetic history. They are also confirming that the water molecules remain unchanged from their interstellar origin as these reach planets elsewhere in the universe. So what you have to understand is it is confirmed that this discovery of water, this could change current theories, indicating that life supporting planets may have billions of years earlier than the previously thought. So it's like there's a lot of things that are going to be changed. Astronomers may be closer to solve one of the most integrating mysteries of the science. That is, how did the water originate in the universe? The studies published in the journal Nature Astronomy on March 3rd suggested that the universe's oldest star became founts of water as their nuclear fires were extinguished in the massive explosion called supernova. Supernova is actually an activity. Okay, when a star is going to die, it may sometimes get converted to supernova, and that is the process, or the supernova is the reason why water was born or water was generated, is what the scientists are trying to tell us. Okay, if this finding is borne out in the future research, astronomer will receive a current theories of factors in potential life being planets been born billions of years earlier than the previously thought. So whatever they're trying to say right now, if this becomes true, then it's going to be very difficult, because whatever current theories that we have are not going to be correct anymore. So formation of the stars. See, the universe began with the Big Bang theory. So if you are studying science, you might have known that billions and millions of years ago, there was a very big explosion. Okay, and this big explosion that happens around 13.8 billion years ago, which is called as Big Bang, to create something known as universe. So how did the universe get created? The universe got created by this Big Bang theory. See, before this, there was some theory called nebular theory. There are so many theories, but we are not accepting all the theories. The most accepted theory is the Big Bang theory. They say that there is a big explosion that happened, a dense blob kind of blob exploded, and that happened somewhere from 13.8 billion years ago. And this is called as Big Bang theory, which is telling us that this is the start of the universe. The first star appeared a few hundred billion years later, composed mainly of hydrogen and helium. So after that, the stars were born, and you can see that these stars were consisting of what? Hydrogen and helium. Okay. And later exploded as supernova, setting off the cycle of new star formation. So whenever a new star has been formed, the old stars have to get removed away, and that is when the supernova is basically happening. Okay. These stars these stars heated around gas and later exploded as supernova, setting off a cycle of new star formation. A role of population 3 stars. So there is something called as, we have to understand what is this. This is called as, the name of the star is known as population 3 star. Okay. Stars are classified into 3 groups based on their age and uh, metallicity. Population 3 stars were the first stars made entirely of hydrogen and helium. These massive stars burn their fuel quickly and explode as a supernova, producing oxygen and other elements. So see, if you are talking about stars, there are 3 different stages of stars. We'll not go into details, but understand there are 3 different stages of stars. And there is one type of a star which is called as population 3 star. If this population 3 star, okay, these are the first type of stars. As soon as the Big Bang was made, I mean, after the Big Bang, the first kind of stars that were formed are this. That is the first stars that were formed, or they were the first stars that were made completely of what? Helium and hydrogen. They did not have any other material, and they had only helium and hydrogen. And when they exploded, obviously over a period of time, all the stars will get exploded, and some of them become different stages, and some of them are going to explode. And when they exploded, that is called a supernova. Okay. And then this supernova happened. What happened was, here is the formation of oxygen and other elements. So once the oxygen is formed, and other elements were also being formed. Okay. Other elements were formed. Oxygen and other elements were formed. Okay. So water formed in earlier supernova. So simultaneously showed that the first supernova produced the condition needed for form water between 50 billion to 1 billion years after. So after the formation of the Big Bang, 50 to 50 million to 1 billion years after the Big Bang was formed, what happens is they say that the water was being basically formed. Okay. So oxygen expelled from these explosions combined with the hydrogen. So oxygen that came from here, it started combining with the hydrogen that is present here. And that is how water was formed, is what they are trying to tell us. Okay. So implications for the universe, it suggests that the water was most abundant in earlier universe than the previously believed. Planets could have formed before galaxies, possibly creating conditions for life much earlier than accepted. The studies support that previous findings of the water molecule remain unchanged for their origin as they reach planets. So this is a kind of a new, what you mean to say, research that needs to be undergone. I mean, there should be a lot of progress that needs to take place over here. But yes, what are the some important things that you have to understand? What is population 3 star? Okay, when a population 3 star exploded, that is called supernova. After this, what comes here is this population 3 star was made up of only hydrogen and helium. When supernova happened, the other elements like oxygen and other elements were formed. And when this were formed, this oxygen went and formed or combined with hydrogen to form water. So these are some of the things that they're trying to tell us. So if this research turns out to be true, that means the water was existing in the universe much earlier, is something that it is trying to tell us in this particular session or in this particular article. So now, apart from this, we have the next important article that is related to accidents. So we have to understand that in India, a lot of people die out of tuberculosis, and a lot of people are also dying because of, accidents. So India loses 3% of the GDP to road accidents, says Nitin Gadkari. So Union Minister Nitin Gadkari highlights India's annual road accident, economic losses and government measures to improve the road safety and assist victims. So we have to understand that a lot of people are dying only because of road accident. India is losing 3% of the GDP due to around 5 lakh. So please understand, 5 lakh road accident annually means every year there are 5 lakh road accidents in the country. And this is what Nitin Gadkari, that is the Union Ministry, is saying. The Minister of Road Transport and Highway made a remarkable remarks while addressing the technology interventions of road safety, US-India partnership in national capital. Okay. So what we have to understand is the country records somewhere around 4,800, 4 lakh 80,000 accidents. Okay. Out of which led to 1,88,000 death of the people aged between 18 to 45. So you can see these many people have met with an accident. Out of that, these many people have died, and their age is from 18 to 45. So look, 18 to 45 means he also raised the concern that around 10,000 deaths are of the children below 18 years. So people below 18 years also 10,000 deaths are below 18 years. So this is something which is not good. So what you have to understand here is that they're losing their lives, and this is a raising concern of safety. Okay, the minister cited poorly detailed project reports as one of the key reasons for these accidents. Gadkari further also said that that to promote help these accident victims, the government has decided to provide an award of 25,000. So poorly detailed projects are the major reasons. The minister emphasized the need of better road safety measures and technology interventions to reduce this accident, to encourage bystanders to help these accident victims. So anybody who is well helping these accident victims. See, over a period of time, this has changed. Okay. See, previously, if there was a road accident that has happened, and if you take them to hospital, you had to go to police station, and there could be a case against you also. So a lot of people would not help accident victims. But now, if you are helping accident victims, the government will give you 25,000 rupees reward if you are helping such kind of accident victims. And we have to understand that yes, accidents are not only happening because of, like careless driving or drunken drive cases, but there are some accidents which are happening due to poor conditions of the road. So what we have to understand here is that there should be a lot of things that have to be done when it comes to accident, and when it comes to road management, and when it comes to safety management. Now let us see the important questions for today. According to the recent study, what celestial event is responsible for creating water in the early universe? So this is something that we need to understand. What is the reason that, is it the formation of Big Bang theory? Is it the formation of black holes? Or is it the formation? Hello? ಹಾ ರೀ ಹತ್ತಿರಿ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿ ಅದ್ ನೋಡ್ತೇನೆ ಮಳಿ ನಿಂತ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಈಗ ಆಗೇತ್ರಕ್ಕಿನ್ನ ಊಟ ಆಗೈತಿ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ ಮತ್ತ ಆಯ್ತು ತೋರಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಮಳಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆತ್ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ ತೋರಿ ಏನು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಡ್ರಿ ಅದೊಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆತಂದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಹಿಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ನಾಳೆಗೆ ನಮಗ ಇಡ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತ ಹಿಟ್ ತೊಗೊಂಬರ್ತೇನೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾರ ಚಟ್ನಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ ಅದ ವಿನಕ್ಕಾಗು ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಬರಕ್ ಹೇಳಂಕ್ರಿ ನಾಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆಗೋ ಒಟ್ಟಾಗ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ಅವ್ರು ಹ್ಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ರಿ ನಾ ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಬಂದಿನ್ರಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಗ ನಾ ನೆನಿ ಹಾಕಿನಿ ಏನ ಇದನ್ನ ಉದ್ದಿನ ಬೇಳೆ ನೆನಿ ಹಾಕಿನಿ ಈಗ ಇದನ್ ಮಾಡೀನಿ ಅವ್ರ ಮಮ್ಮಿ ನಾಷ್ಟ ಇದಕ್ಕಾಗ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ಸೋ ತನಕ ಅದನ್ನ ರುಬ್ಬಿನಿ ಈಗ ಅವ್ರ ಬರೀ ಇದನ್ನ ಅಟ್ಟ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತಾರ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಅದು ರವಾ ಹಿಟ್ಟು ರವಾ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ರವಾ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದನ್ನಟ್ಟ ಒಂದಿಟ್ಟ ಹದ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡತ್ತಾರ ಅಷ್ಟ ಅದಕ್ಕ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗೈತೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಅಡಿಗೆ ಒಂದ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸಾರ ಅನ್ನ ಅದು ಆಗೈತಿ ಈಗ ವೇದಿಕಾಗ ಒಂದು ಇಲ್ತು ನೋಡುನ್ ತೋರ್ ಹಂಗೇನ್ರ ಆತಂದ್ರ ಆಟೋಲೆ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡುನು ಚೇತನೂ ಇಲ್ರ ಮನ್ಯಾಗ ಇದ್ರಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಅದಕ್ಕ ಆಯ್ತು ಹಾಯ್ So what is the reason? That is this the formation of black holes? Is it the reason, or is it the Big Bang explosion, or is it the collision of galaxies? What is the proper reason for these celestial events? Okay, that is the first question. Try to answer this question. It's a very simple one. If you have listened to the class, I think you can easily answer this. What chemical elements produced in the supernova combines with the hydrogen to form water? See, if you are having basic understanding, this is a very simple question. Even if you have not studied this particular article for today, if you have some basic understanding also, see what is the molecular formula for water? Water is basically hydrogen, H2O. So automatically hydrogen is for sure going to be there. Now what is going to mix with hydrogen to form water? It's very simple. It is going to be oxygen. So answer is within the question itself. So because it is saying water is made up of hydrogen. I mean, two molecules of hydrogen, one molecule of oxygen. So automatically hydrogen is there. Now what is going to mix with this hydrogen so that we have water? And that's going to be oxygen. So this is how we are supposed to answer the question. Some of them also get answered just because of the common sense, right? So I know that you need some kind of background to answer this. Try to answer this question. Try to give some proper explanation to this particular question. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's class with the tomorrow's current affair topics. Thank you so much till then. Please try to put in your comments and answers in the comment section. If you have any more suggestions, if you want me to include more number of topics, if you want to include the time that we are, giving for the current affairs, anything of such kind, please try to put it in the comment section so we can inculcate that and make our classes much better for you. Thank you so much, everyone.